What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Fandom Fights. We got a very exciting singles match for you today, leading into the 5-way contender match next year. It is another match in that little run here, and it's a very good one. Last week, you saw a dummy versus a Wookiee. This week, more of the same. We have the other half of those two teams. It is Jake Meltzer, the new teams champion, as we said with Robert last week. So Jake, a current Fandom champion, going up against Joe Farrelly, the other half of Wookiee Mistake. Should be an exciting match. Koho's on the desk with me. How you doing, Koho?
I'm doing good. This is going to be a very exciting match, like you just said. Meltzer's now the Fandom Teams champion. Joe having challenged for that title twice now. I think these are two guys that have shown that they have a lot that they can do in this division. I think this is actually going to be a very fun, very tight match.
Agreed. Very excited for this one, but let's see what the players have to say in the promos.
Okay. I knew very little that this match was even happening. I sort of know when the tournaments are happening. I don't know when these special contender matches are happening. But yeah, Jake's champ now, and this will be the first time I'm coming up against a Fandom champion in a singles match. You know, I never played Tim or Nick in singles while they were champions, and now I haven't yet to play Robert. And now I'm playing Jake, and I'm looking forward to this because, as you know, David, you and I have been challenging for this team's title for a while now and not quite coming up to it. And I think this would be a big statement of intent if I can beat Jake today and say, look, I can beat you in singles. We're going to come for you in teams too. But it's not about the teams today, although we are here together, of course. This is about singles. I'm feeling good. The studying's been going really well, strengthening those categories that maybe I was just a little bit not as confident on. They're coming up to a good level of strength now. Not Bond level strength, but still not bad. So I'm looking forward to this. Jake's going to give me a hell of a match. He's a hell of a player. You have to be to win this title. But I feel good. I feel good about this.
Yeah, I can't talk much because it's late. But I'm here for you, so let's do it.
We have good doors and walls here.
It's a great day. Today's great. Yeah. Got my This Is Not a Fugazi t-shirt mug back.
Hey.
I'm very happy about this. My cat Talia Gould decided to be an asshole and wanted to see what it would look like on the floor in a billion pieces. So she's not allowed in here anymore. So her and Booster Gold are barred from this room now. Because
that's good.
Yeah. Probably good move. Anyway, we're on to the more important things. Have you watched Stargirl yet?
I can't say that I have. I was a little busy.
Oh my God. It
prepping
is
for
lovely.
this thing.
Lovely show. Lovely.
If it were in Fandom, maybe I would have caught
I
an
know it's a
episode
TV
or two.
show, but it should be. If Green Lantern shows up, dope as hell. They have the Thunderbolt. I love every minute of it. It's just so adorable. But anyway, you got a match, so you just go ahead with that. That's fine. So.
Maybe the wrong person's in Fandom. Bill geeking out over comic book shit. Anyway,
I refuse to learn Harry Potter. Harry Potter can suck my balls because J.K. Rowling's a sack of shit turf, and I'm not going to indulge in it. There you go.
I mean, you're not wrong, but moving on. It is still very weird to be called a Fandom champion. I don't think it will ever not be weird. But Joe is somebody who I have tremendous respect for. I'm kind of intimidated by him, if I'm being a little bit honest, because I know how hungry he is to be in the position that I am after coming up short a couple of times. But I am definitely coming into this match as the underdog 100%. I don't care if I'm technically a champion and he's not. It's just a matter of time for him, and he could very well be on his way after this. But I'm going to give him the best fight that I can, and let's do this, teammate.
Koho, aside from the obscene profanity uttered by the mouth of one Bill Carriola, how did you feel about the promos?
I think the obscene profanity from Bill Carriola is my favorite quote of the year in Fandom Fights. I 100% agree with him. But this is, I think Jake gave me a little bit of a vibe that he's still new to like having that belt, and so the sort of confidence that comes with it hasn't quite set in. But I think that Joe's promo, very British, very nice, as always. he definitely gives you that movie Kingsman like posh, pristine vibe. So I was in. I like it. Both good promos.
Good promos. Should be a fun match. Let's get into the match right now with round number 1. Here is how round number 1 is going to work. It is round number 1 of Fandom. You'll get 10 Fandom fights, questions, random categories of the sort. You'll have 15 seconds to write down your answer to each question. At the end of 15 seconds, I will say pens down, ask you to reveal your answer. You will say it aloud and reveal it. Should any person get all 10 questions right in round number 1, you will receive a bonus question. Each player will have 3 repeats, 1 challenge for the entirety of the match. Players, any questions as we get into round number 1?
Nope.
All right, Koho, would you hit them with the first question?
Absolutely. Your first question is going to come in the category of Middle Earth. Who plays the Witch King of Angmar in The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King?
You're a fan.
I am a mildly amused viewer.
Okay, cool.
I like this one. I like this one specifically.
Yeah,
this
this one's good.
This
Is
one's
it?
good.
Yeah. They're all
I don't
pretty
think
good.
it's my favorite one.
Many would say that these are some of the best movies ever made, but you're
I know.
different, Koho. 5.
Contrarian. I think they're like good. I just don't love them.
1. Pens down. Start with Jake.
Shot in the dark. Lawrence Makaware.
And Joe.
Also shot in the dark, Salah Baker.
One of your shot in the darks hit the mark. It is Lawrence Makor. You spelled it right. I don't know if that's pronounced correctly, but yeah, Lawrence Makor. Correct. So Jake takes the 1-0 lead. As we get to the next
one
one.
of the guys that had played someone else. But
I know, yeah.
Your next question comes in the category of Disney live action. What U.S. state does McFarland, USA, take place in?
I know many a person who would like to make an in-joke involving said film.
I'll just say that I watched it, and it's pretty good.
Oh, yeah?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's all right. It's
I
not
remember
bad.
the trailer, and it was just like, look, we're doing stuff, and I was like, oh, okay.
It's been a
cool.
long time since I've seen
It's
this
good.
one.
5.
Yeah.
4.
Inoffensively fine.
2. 1. Pens down. Start to go.
one day we'll get what English city that's not London does this film take place in, but Massachusetts, why not?
Sorry, Jake.
California.
California is correct.
Shout out to Michael Campbell, OC, for that one.
Lead. As we get to the next question, Koho.
Your third question is going to come in the category of Worlds of DC. Which Worlds of DC film features a villain who owns his own club, which one of the heroes works at?
If you were working at a club, what job would you have? Would you be the bouncer?
No. Hold on. I need you to realize, if you walked up to a club and I was the guy at the door checking your IDs and letting you in, would you be intimidated, Nick?
I'd be confused. I'd be like, this guy's hiding some secrets. Why would they put him here unless he's like gonna, punch me in the balls or something?
It's just a mind game. I'm short enough that I can only get you in the balls.
1. Pens down. Start with Jake.
Birds of Prey.
And Joe.
Birds of Prey.
Incorrect. We were looking for Birds of Prey and the fantabulous emancipation of blah, blah. Yeah, Birds of Prey's right. Yeah, good job.
I didn't want to use a repeat.
No, you're fine.
No one does. No one.
Pretty sure they want to pretend that subtitle doesn't exist. But
Yep.
Both correct. As we get to your next question, which comes in the category of Mission Impossible. What type of object does Ethan use to record Jim Phelps and prove to Kittredge that he is still alive at the end of Mission Impossible?
Impossible.
Mission.
That's how I've always said this when I was a nerd.
When you were?
I meant to say cuz, and then I was going to say when I was a kid and cuz I'm a nerd, and they conflated into one sentence.
Got it. Because
English is hard.
yeah. Would you like
Not as
to
hard as
try
math.
different language go?
I mean,
4,
I
3,
can speak some of another one.
1. Pens down. Start with Jake
So watch.
and Joe.
Pair of glasses with a camera.
Glasses with a camera is correct. Joe cutting into that lead. It's now 3-2. What's the next question, Koho?
No perfect rounds. Let's get to your fifth question, the category of fandom quotes. Which Disney animated princess said the quote, "Oh, that clock, old Killjoy, I hear you"? I love reading quotes, and I hate reading quotes because you never know how to say any of them
Right.
without giving things away.
Right. It's like, It's hard to even think of an example without
without giving things away. Yeah.
If we were like, who says the quote, "I am Iron Man," and we were like, but I am Iron Man. You know, you get what I'm saying.
I am Iron Man.
5, 4. Inflection is everything. 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Joe.
Bell.
And Jake.
Wow. I said Cinderella.
Seems
Cinderella's
unsure
correct.
often, but Cinderella is correct.
Context clues.
Indeed, she hates it. Your next question comes in the category of Pixar. Why can't Barley drive the van when he, Ian, and their father are being chased by a biker gang in Onward? You like this one?
This was good. I don't love it as much as like you do. Like
I
for
love
you, this is what like top 5 Pixar.
I recently moved it into my top 3.
Yeah. I think it's like my 11 or 12. Like I like it. I think it's good. I just don't love it the way I love it.
I think it's fantastic.
It's good. There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't love it the way like I love
Because like it hit me in the feels when like we got like good.
Oh yeah, no. I feel it.
that. 5,
Very
4,
good.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Start with Jake
Because he shrunk down to tiny size.
and Joe.
He's been shrunk.
We can accept both those answers. That is correct. Jake leads 5-3.
That is what I have as we get to your next question, the category of James Bond. What type of transportation does Largo die on in Thunderball?
Wonderful. People like the song for this one. I think it's okay.
I like the new one. I like the newest song.
Haven't heard it yet. I'm waiting for the movie experience.
Because of my job, I heard it a year ago when it
That's
first
fair.
came out.
Understandable. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Joe
Boat.
and Jake.
He's on a boat.
He is on a boat. That is correct. Points apiece. 6-4 as we get to your next question, which comes in the category of the Wizarding World. Name every Harry Potter film where Professor Snape teaches defense against the dark arts. Give you a little extra time because we're nice.
Bill is probably going to get a moment. I would at least submit him for moment of the year for that. I think it was funny.
It upset me, so no.
Fair. I'm just saying, Bill's making a strong case to like eke in there for manager of the year.
Oh yeah, no,
I believe
like
it.
it.
I would put him on the ballot.
Big fan. I just want like a montage of all of his pre-game speeches that have nothing to do with what's about to happen.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Start with Jake.
I wrote them out of order because I thought of one after the other. Half-Blood Prince and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
And Joe.
Prisoner of Azkaban, Half-Blood Prince.
Both correct. Points apiece.
All right.
Jake leads 7-5. We get to the next question, Cole.
All right. Your next question, your penultimate question, if you will, in the category of DC. What is the full name of Catwoman in Batman Returns?
I was hoping you wouldn't realize what question it was on. That's why I sort of played it off normal. I was like, oh, the next one. Nothing special about it. Koho's going to read it.
It's infused. There's things in my brain that will never leave, and when it comes to this working on this thing, it's the rules
5,
and penultimate.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Jake
I hope there's not a middle name required. Selena Kyle.
and Joe.
Yeah, what Jake said. Selena Kyle.
Selena Kyle is correct. Jake leads 8-6. As we get to the final question, which comes in the category of Planet of the Apes. Who plays the lead Brent in Beneath the Planet of the Apes? Do you know any Brents in your life?
I actually do. One of my speech team coaches, his name was Brent.
Okay.
Very tall, very funny dude.
Nice. Great.
Yeah. He got me to a regional final in position. So, shouts out, Brent.
Oh, well, hey, you got contact info?
Good
I
coach.
could do some good things in my life.
Sure. I'll give you all my speech characters names. All right.
All right. That is Joe's first repeat. The question again. Who plays the lead Brent in Beneath the Planet of the Apes?
There was also Matthew Turnus. That was the other one.
I didn't ask a question about a Matthew. Why are you bringing that up?
I was talking about Brent and Matthew because Brent, Matthew, and Brent were. I had a story I was going to tie to, and it all doesn't make any more sense, so it's fine.
No, now you've confused us
Now
all.
it's done. Now they're all confused.
It's okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Start with Joe.
I didn't get it.
And Jake.
Hope the first name's right. James Franciscus.
That is correct. James Franciscus is the correct answer. So,
Yeah, James.
we have reached the end of round number 1. Jake in the lead with 9 to Joe's 6. Is that what you have, Koho?
That is indeed what I have.
Great. Well, without any further ado, we'll move into round number 2. Here's how round number 2 is going to work. It is the wheel round. Each player will get a spin at the wheel, which has 8 fandom categories on it. If you like what you spin the first time, you can keep it. If you do not, you may spin again, but you must keep what you spin the second time. You'll get 5 questions in the chosen category, each worth 2 points apiece, unless you would like to check down to multiple choice, at which point they will only be worth 1. Be careful, there is stealing in this round. If you miss a question, your opponent can steal it. Jake, you are in the lead. Your categories today on the wheel are Worlds of DC, YA Dystopia, DreamWorks, Middle-earth, Star Trek, Horror Icons, Fandom Oscars, and DC. Jake, you are in the lead. Would you like to spin first or defer?
What are you thinking?
I'm torn because I know Joe likes to go first, and part of me wants to sort of throw him off a little bit, but I also do want to see kind of what sort of deficit I'm going to have to make up, because I will have to make one up because he's that good. So I'm leaning second. That's my gut.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it pays off.
All right. Sounds like we are going second. We'll remove Bill, bring in David. Joe, this will be your first spin. Barely lands on Spinner's Choice. Would you like?
What are you thinking? Can we see the categories?
Yes. Would you like me to read them again? That'd be helpful.
It's up to me, David. I think we need to go Star Trek.
Trek, right?
Yeah, Star Trek.
Okay.
Star Trek, please.
All righty. Star Trek it is. Kaleb Koho, would you, sir, Mr. Koho, like to read Joe his categories, or I'm sorry, his questions in the category of Star Trek, now that I've given you the question?
Absolutely. There's nothing I would love more. All right, Joe, your first question in the category of Star Trek. What Star Trek film features the actor F. Murray Abraham?
Star Trek Insurrection.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. In Star Trek III, The Search for Spock, which ship attempts to stop Kirk from stealing the Enterprise, only to find out their transwarp drive has been disabled?
The Excelsior.
That is correct for 2 more points. Your third question. Who kills the Riemann Viceroy to Shinzon in Star Trek Nemesis?
Will Riker.
That is correct for 2 points. Your penultimate question in Star Trek. In Star Trek, the motion picture, V'ger claims to want to join with someone whom she calls what?
The Creator.
That is correct for 2 more points. And your final question in Star Trek. What was unique about Chang's Klingon bird of prey in the undiscovered country?
It could fire when cloaked.
And that is correct for a clean sweep of Star Trek.
Wasting no time at all. Joe Farrelly gets his score up to 16.
Yeah, wow.
To Jake's 9, as we bring back in Bill and the wheel. Jake, your first spin is away.
That's about what I expected from Joe and Star Trek.
Lands on Middle Earth. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
What do you think?
I don't hate it, but I think there's better stuff on there, and I've got a deficit to make up, so I don't want to. I got to risk it.
All right, cool. Let's go again.
All right, you will have to keep this second spin. Except when it does that, you'll get to keep this spin. Lands on the Worlds of DC.
Okay.
All right.
You got all your repeats. Take your time.
Okay.
Mr. Meltzer, I will be giving you your questions in the category of the Worlds of DC. Are you prepared?
Yeah.
Great. Your first question. Which Worlds of DC film features performances from Karen Fukuhara and Adewale Akinnuoye-Agbaje?
Excellent pronunciation, by the way. Suicide Squad.
Thank you, sir. That is correct. Also,
I was just like, yeah, that's Mr. Echo, so we're good.
I may have practiced before this match began taping. Anyway,
I believe it.
your second question. What kind of location do Steve and Diana go to find Samir and Charlie in Wonder Woman?
They go to a bar.
That is correct for 2 points. Your third question. What does Barry call the layer of dimensional reality he uses to move fast in Justice League?
The Speed Force.
That is correct for 2 points. Your penultimate question. In Shazam, Darla made a new poster for Billy's arrival, but was ruined by what objects of Pedro's that he left on top of it?
Multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options are: is it A, comic books, B, CDs, C, weights, D, tools?
Can I get the options again, please?
Sure. Your options again: is it A, comic books, B, CDs, C, weights, D, tools?
Comic books?
That is incorrect. Joe, chance for the 1 point steal. Is it A, comic books, B, CDs, C, weights, D, tools?
It is weights.
Weights is correct. He is trying to get swole,
He's trying to get swole.
as they say. So Joe gets the steal there as we get into Jake's final question in the Worlds of DC. What is the name of the ancient king whose trident Arthur searches for in Aquaman?
King Atlan.
That is correct for 2 points, and I believe a tie game, Mr. Koho.
Tie game.
Tie game. Indeed, it is 17 all as we move into round number 3. Here's how round number 3 is going to work. It is the betting round. You will get 5 more questions in the realm of Fandom Fights. Once you hear the category, you may bet anywhere between 0 and 2 points. If you get the question correct, you will gain those points. If you get the question incorrect, you will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated or the score reaches 0, but I don't think that can happen. So we will move to your first category as we bring in your managers. The first category.
We'll wait it out. It's fine.
All right, since there are no questions, we will get to your first category for which you can bet points on. It is Disney animation.
All right.
Personally, I think Batman Forever.
Yeah, I tend to agree. Yep.
Yeah, I think Batman Forever is the wrong way to go.
That's what I was going to suggest. Yes.
Now, Jake, I know you're probably thinking of Burnout Arby's.
Mm-hmm.
I would maybe think somewhere between Morrissey. Seriously, why is Night Court not streaming anywhere?
God, I'm torn between Night Court and Arby's, honestly. Okay. I think
Night Court's the way to go.
Yeah, I'll go Night Court. Why is Night Court not streaming? It's ridiculous. I agree.
It's fucking totally ridiculous, but that's fine.
Okay. We seem good. Starting to believe that the things Bill says actually refer to the points. But we'll get bets starting with Jake.
1.
And Joe.
0 point.
All right. Your question in Disney animation. Who voices Yzma in The Emperor's New Groove? Did you ever watch the show of this, Koho?
Oh, I think about the show a lot. I'm not even going to lie to you.
The one about the school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think about the episode where he wants to start a band and becomes a one-hit wonder.
I watched it quite a bit, yeah.
It was a good show.
Oh, never mind. We'll talk about it more later. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Joe, who bet 0.
Stats.
And Jake.
Fucking icon, Eartha Kitt.
That's the one.
Eartha Kitt is correct. Jake will take a 1-point lead as we get to the second category, which is what, Mr. Koho?
That would be the category of Middle Earth. Middle Earth.
I know where he's going.
Okay. Shazam.
What do you think? Cody's mic is muted, or 4K restoration of Billie Jean, The Legend of Billie Jean.
Actually, I was thinking Blood Fist 1 through 4 on DVD.
Okay, that's fine. No,
I think that's the play.
All right, cool.
I think you should go the Avengers.
Yeah.
I
already did it. But...
Oh, were you guys done? Sorry.
Oh, yeah, I'd already written it down. It was just
okay, good. I'm just baffled that I think that these codes actually mean something. But anyway, we'll get that starting with Joe.
2.
And Jake.
Yeah, see if you can tie it. 1.
What is the question, Koho?
Your question in the realm of Middle Earth. Who serves as captain of the guard under the King Thranduil in the Desolation of Smaug? Thank you for giving me the hard one to pronounce.
Sorry. Hey, I'm just glad you didn't have to do the World of DC round.
That's fair. I did my time reading those names. I'm good.
Fair. As far as pronunciations go, I don't think this is too hard, Koho.
No, it's just
4.
You know me.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll get bets starting, or not bets, answers starting with Jake.
Legolas.
And Joe.
Tariel.
Tariel is the correct answer. So,
I was between the 2.
Point. Joe will gain 2 points.
I was about to use a repeat to do that.
Joe now has a 2-point lead. It is 19-17. Is that what you have, Mr. Koho?
That is indeed what I have.
All right. Well, then we will get to your next question, for which you can put points on, which comes in the category of the MCU.
Shit. I mean, it's got to be still Stone Cold Steve Austin as a microbrew because I know what he's doing.
Okay.
Battle of the 5 Armies.
Yeah.
We good? We good?
Yeah.
Good.
I'm starting to agree with you, Nick.
For myself,
I think next time I'm just going to make a reference that David's not going to understand just to confuse everyone.
Good plan. We'll get that starting with Joe.
2.
And Jake.
Yeah, 2.
All right. Your question in the MCU. What gets the Hulk to transform back into Bruce in Thor Ragnarok?
I just did the thing where my marker fell, and then you have to sit there and you have to try to reach it with your legs, but you can't quite get it. You kick it further down the desk.
What practical jokers, Koho?
No, I had a friend who was really, really into it, but I never watched it.
That would be my TV strength if I ever played TV. And there's a bit where he's got to do a bunch of stuff with his feet under the table, and that's what you just made me think. But
oh, fair.
He gets a really bad foot cramp. Has to walk away.
Why don't you play TV and use it practical jokes?
Hands down. We'll see. Who knows what the future holds? We'll get answers, starting with Joe.
He's a recording of Natasha.
And Jake.
Yeah, a recording of Natasha on the Quinjet.
We can accept both of those answers. That is correct. 2 points apiece. Joe leads 21-19 as we get to the penultimate category, which is what, Mr. Koho?
Everyone's favorite fandom quotes. Fandom quotes.
Okay. I know how you feel about this one.
Yeah.
I know you probably want to go Canadian bacon is just ham.
Mm-hmm.
Getting stabbed with a unicorn is the way to go. Unless you're leaning the first season of Star Trek Star Trek The Next Generation on Laserdisc. I don't know. What do you think?
I was really hoping that was going to be Oscars instead of quotes.
Star Trek Generations, David. Star Trek Generations, I think.
Well, that's fair. We both had Next Generation code.
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Okay,
Mine's just on a dead format, so it's fine.
Well, I was leaning towards X-Men 2.
I think Star Trek Generations. I think we can do it.
Okay.
I think you know what? I think if he's going Star Trek Generations, I think we also have to.
You going with Next Gen Laserdisc?
Yeah, I
All right.
have to.
Yeah, no, you got it, man.
All right. Not going to pretend I know what just happened, but we'll get bets starting with Jake
I got to go for it too.
and Joe.
See if you can tie it. 0.
All right, Koho. Here's the situation. If Jake hits, we will go to the last question. If Jake misses, the game will be over. But what is the question, Mr. Koho?
Your question in Fandom quotes. Which YA dystopia film features the quote, "It's the things we love most that destroy us"?
It's tense. I had to mute you and myself during.
I had to apologize. I should apologize. I don't know why that broke me so hard.
Doing this thing, I mic myself up. It's very. This is intense, Cole. I don't know what to say.
This is intense.
But
These players are camping. They're literally intense.
Repeat the question.
All right, that is Jake's first repeat. Go ahead, Cole.
Oh, sorry. Your question. Which YA dystopia film features the quote, "It's the things we love most that destroy us"?
I'm pretty sure I know the character too.
My pun elicited negative reactions, so I feel bad.
Tim seems to have enjoyed it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll get answers starting with Joe, who bet 0,
Hunger Games, Mockingjay Part 1.
and Jake.
That's what I said. Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1.
Tie game to the final question. We go. That is.
I should have bet. I'm assuming, yeah, you were also thinking it was President Snow there, Jay.
Yeah, it was either that or Catching Fire. I was just trying to.
The score is 21-21. As we get to the final question, which comes in the category of Star Wars.
Okay.
The letter 2.
The letter 2. Absolutely the letter 2. Yeah. Forget Ben Folds selling CDs out of his trunk. It's the letter 2 all day.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Go Rogue One.
Rogue One? Yeah.
Okay. I just love how Bill finds a way to sneak in the ones they're not using anyway.
Yeah, all right.
We will get bets, starting with Jake.
2.
And Joe.
2.
All right, here's the situation. If either player hits while the other player misses, that player will be the winner. If both players miss or if both players hit, to sudden death, we shall venture. Players, your question. In the category of Star Wars, what causes Palpatine to become deformed in The Revenge of the Sith? And we will take a somewhat general answer. Oh boy. This is nutty.
Poor Ben Folds, though.
Koho, what?
That hint was a little rude to Ben Folds, I'm not going to lie.
All right. You know what? We'll take care of things when it's time to take care of them.
Yeah.
But 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Answers starting with Jake.
By shooting force lightning.
And
A lot
Joe.
of it.
Mace Windu deflecting his force lightning.
Both correct. We did say general answer. All we needed was the force lightning. You both had it. So we're going to sudden death. Here's how sudden death is going to work. It's basically round one again. But when any player takes a lead over the other player, that player will be deemed the winner. One question at a time, 15 seconds, pens down, the whole shebang, worth 1 point apiece. Any questions, gentlemen, as we get into sudden death?
We keep our repeats that we had.
Yep,
in the match.
same repeats. You both have 2 left.
Okay.
All right, sudden death we go with your first question, gentlemen. What kind of creatures did Loki let into Asgard on the day of Thor's coronation in Thor? Oh, you thought we were camping before, Koho. Now we're, also doing that.
We're doing it again. Larger camping structures now.
3, 2, bigger, longer, uncut. 1, pens down. Answer starting with Jake.
Bigger, longer, and uncut. Second best musical of all time. Is it Frost Giants?
And Joe.
I hope so. Frost Giants.
Frost Giants is correct.
There's a pitch in a tent joke going somewhere if someone wants it.
All right. Your next question, sudden death. Back to fandom quotes. Which Star Trek Enterprise crew member said the quote, "I don't think you're a saint, Doc, but you did have a vision, and now we're sitting in it"?
I mean, want to talk. It's just mouth words. I heard you're just supposed to say walla walla when you're mouth
No,
words.
I was doing the you say fruits
Got it.
and vegetables.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Repeat
1.
the question.
All right, that is Joe's second repeat.
Your question again. Which Star Trek Enterprise crew member said the quote, "I don't think you're a saint, Doc, but you did have a vision, and now we're sitting in it"?
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Get answers starting with Joe
Leonard Bones McCoy.
and Jake.
I thought it was about him, so I said James T. Kirk.
Both incorrect. The correct answer was Will Riker.
Oh my god, I was thinking that too.
Will Riker.
I was thinking it was on the Genesis planet. I was thinking it was about Carol
I
Marcus.
thought it was. Yeah,
We
I
are
thought it
still
was
tied, so we will continue on. Your next question in sudden death, gentlemen. Which Marvel film features a foam substance that hardens into cement used to temporarily restrain the main character? Oh, you want to just take a vow of silence for the rest of the time?
Sorry.
This is a lot.
I love and hate that I can see the people backstage.
I know, right?
Because sometimes their reactions get me just like,
Yes,
send me.
it's quite a lot.
You can make a whole show out of the
All right.
people that you don't see on
Repeat the
screen.
question.
That is Jake's second repeat. The question again. Which Marvel film features a foam substance that hardens into cement used to temporarily restrain the main character? Normally I would have much more to say. But
Me too.
I just don't.
There's 3 very different faces that keep popping up backstage. Love it.
So much. 5, 4.
I got to use the other one because I know.
All right,
Joe
that is
knows
Jake's
it.
final repeat. The question again. Which Marvel film features a foam substance that hardens into cement used to temporarily restrain the main character?
That's what's throwing me off.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll get answers starting with Jake.
And I don't know. I just said Fantastic Four.
And Joe.
Hulk.
And your winner, Joe Farrelly. The correct answer was Hulk in maybe one of the best matches we have seen this year. Koho,
Absolutely.
My adrenaline was very high. I can only imagine how the players were. Thoughts on the match? Immediate thoughts.
We graduated from camping in tents to staying in a fucking New York high-rise apartment, Nick. That was a lot to deal with. My blood pressure's through the roof.
Agreed. Without further ado, we will talk to our unfortunate loser today, though. I must say it's hard to call either of you a loser in today's match because that was insane. Like I said, my heart's pumping. Jake, I can only imagine how you're feeling. Thoughts on the match? Bill, Jake, how you guys doing?
I'm going to be beating myself up a little bit about that Middle Earth question in round 3. I was going to change my answer to Toriel at the last minute, but I decided to. Usually sticking with my gut usually pays off, but it didn't in that case. And just like Joe, to go this far with Joe, I think to me is something I'm going to really hang my hat on. I can't feel too bad about losing a match like this. I mean, Joe's one of the best players in this division. I think easily top 4. So to go this far against him, it gives me a lot of confidence. I know that like being like the team's champion, I should have had it already, but Joe's track record speaks for itself, and I'm still kind of new to this. So like this was just like really wild to be a part of, and I'm so happy that I had Bill here to keep me calm through round 3. It had the same effect that it did in the title match, the crazy ass codes. Just keep me laughing, keeping me from freaking out. And it was, I mean, I screwed up on one question, but the Fandom quotes question was like I was impressed with myself that I got that. And I think Joe has to be the favorite for that number 1 contender thing because he is just an absolute beast. And good luck to whoever has to face him because dude is clearly on a mission.
Yeah, no. And I'm sorry, I said J.K. Rowling's name, and I still feel gross. Oh God. Anyway, Anyway, here's the thing.
Co-host staring down and
it's totally fun. It's totally fun. We'll check it out in post. Here's the thing. You literally just got here into Fandom this year, and you were already making waves. I know you're going to beat yourself up. You're going to internalize it because that's what you do for losses, but he had to literally run a marathon to beat you. That is no slouch. All right, man? Oh, we didn't win. I mean, hey, even the greatest ball players on earth are going to strike out 7 times out of 10, and they're still going to be great. You're still great. You are still a champion. You were still talked about this. You're on a short list right now, man. Okay? So it didn't go our way. So, quotes are for nerds and losers. That's what I say. With Oscars, they can all get in the bin up my ass. So who cares?
I still have a positive singles record anyway. So
exactly, man. We're doing great. So what? Yeah, it's a tournament. You'll play again. You'll do wonderful.
You will play again. That I can confirm. But for now, great job today. We will see you soon, especially in your first team's title defense at the end of the year. We look forward to seeing you there. But good job in the match today. But let's talk to our winner today, Joe Farrelly. Joe, Bill was not a lion. Not about the Harry Potter thing. That I don't agree with. But about the fact that you had to run a marathon to win this match today. You did indeed. How are you feeling? It must feel good to come out on top of a sudden death match like this.
I think at my best, I'm coming out of that round 1 with 8 points. I was very annoyed by the Middle Earth miss. I knew it was one of the actors that played another guy, and I was like, "Is it Sauron alerts?" I can't remember. I went with Sauron. Went the wrong way, and the Disney live action one. Again, it's a US geography question. If I'd seen it, I probably would have known it, but It's just one of those ones I haven't quite got to yet. It happens. And the quotes one, it's the quotes one. I heard clock. I went, yes, probably could be bell. I would guess, maybe. I don't know. Happy with my spinner's choice is what I needed after being 3 points down to a champ out round 1. You need spinner's choice. I needed spinner's choice. He landed on Middle Earth, was DC again. 2 good categories for me. And I said to him in a little break we had that had opponent's choice been spun, I would have given him Worlds at DC. So it kind of worked out in my favor that he spun it. He did really well to get those points, but just that 1 point steal was when I needed to tie it up. And yeah, I feel good. I bet where I needed to bet. I think I bet in the right places, except for Wire Dystopia, except for the quotes one. But again, you don't know where those quotes are going to come from. I kick myself if I hear a geek category, but I knew that one. But maybe with the Star Trek quote as well, it was a little bit off. As soon as I said Riker, I was like, oh yeah, in the Phoenix, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I feel good. That was an intense, as we said many times, an intense match. And just even if I'd come out on the other side losing, I'd have been thrilled to be part of it because he was phenomenal.
Great. Well, speaking of what's next for you, I know you weren't speaking of it, but speaking of what's next for you, you have earned your way, sir, into this 5-way number 1 contenders match that will happen at the beginning of next year. There are some players already confirmed for it. So far, you have Mr. Cameron Holtzman, Mr. Robert Kastner, and now yourself. You're the 3rd entrant. How is this 5-way shaping up for you? What do you think about it?
Cameron Holtzman's always been a force in this division, and I think our strengths definitely are maybe opposite to one another. So that'll be an interesting challenge, I think. And Robert, he's the other champ. He's the other team's champ, and I think I may have played him 3 times already in other divisions this year. And they've always been really, really tough matches to play in. So against either one of them, against both of them, is going to be incredibly tough. If I can play like I did round 2 and 3 here, I can do it. But I need to improve on my round 1s at the moment because they're not at the level I expect them to be.
You said, well, first of all, apparently the Wookiees are going to have nerve-wracking match after nerve-wracking match after nerve-wracking match, win or lose, because our last 3 matches have been ridiculous. But look, man, your round 1 is going to come, and even if you had not your best round 1s lately, you still won. So that speaks volumes of how great of a player you are. And that's it. Also, I saw what you did in that last question with the board. I was like, and when you looked at it, I was just top it. Just great job. And let's just get ready for the teams tournament and the number 1 contender match next year.
Indeed. Should all be very exciting. We will see Wookiee Mistake in the team's tournament. It's going to be a fun time, and we will see you both next year. But congratulations on the win. Kaleb Koho, wrap this up for me. Put a nice bow on it.
What we saw today is 2 very strong players in Fandom fights putting up really strong performances. And I think what we're seeing in this triple threat or 5-way contenders match, the 3 people in, is already shaping up to be probably next year's match of the year. If all of them come with the same energy that they've had in every single one of these qualifying matches, it's going to be a light show. So I'm also very excited to see what both these players do in the remainder of their seasons in the teams division. So it's going to be very fun to see what these guys do. And I'm very excited for that 5-way.
I am as well, but for right now, thank you for joining us for this exciting match. There are several other matches coming out. We're in the midst of a teams tournament. Go check those out. But for Mr. Koho, for myself, for Joe and David, for Bill and Jake, thank you for watching Fandom Fights, and we'll see you next time with another exciting episode. It's going to be such a fun time. Can't wait to see you. Okay, bye.
We are so glad you came. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye now. Bye. Bye-bye. Remember, please discard all candy wrappers and popcorn containers in the nearest trash receptacle. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye. Okay. Are they all gone? Is everybody gone?